All right, welcome back to the Flip class. Today we're going to be talking about surface area. And before I describe what that is, got a little brain teaser for you. Okay, pick your path, pick your poison, choose which way you would go. You must choose to enter one of three rooms. One room is full of fire. One room is full of poison gas. One room is full of lions that have not eaten in 3 years. Which room is the safest choice? Think about that. But before we do, let's jump into surface area. The surface area of a 3D or three-dimensional figure is the sum of the area of all of its surfaces. So you think about the top, the bottom, the different faces, all of that. You get the area of all those, you add them all together. Okay? First of all, let's look at the surface area of a prism. Now, we have a prism here, luckily, okay? It's a three-dimensional drawing. I'll show you in class how to use a net, which is a different way to do it, but I like the three-dimensional drawing myself. You may like the net. We'll do both, okay? But here I'm going to do the 3D drawing, all right? First of all, I need to know the front, okay? The front here. Well, I know this is 8 by 6, okay? We're looking at 8 times 6 to get our area, okay? We know that's 48. But, and I'm not going to draw it, but we also know that, I'll draw it a little bit, the back would also be 8 times 6. So you take 48, you have that twice because you have the front of the cube and the back of the cube. So 48 times 2, excuse me, is 96. And I'm going to set that aside here. 96. Put a pin in that. Okay, now I want to find the surface area, and I'm going to use a blue marker, of the top, which would be this area here. Okay, I know this is 6. I know that this side is 4. 6 times 4 would give me 24. But, again, if you look at the top, you've got to look at the bottom as well. So that's 24, and there's 2 of those, so that gives us 48. So again, I'm going to set that aside, put a pin in that. Finally, we've done the top and the bottom. We've done the front and the back. Now, and I'm going to use orange, we need to do the sides. And I know that this side here is 4. I know that this side is 8, because of course of the same length over here. So I end up with 8 times 4 gives me 32. Now, that's this side. I also have to do this side, so there's 2 of those. 32 times 2, 64. I'll set it aside. Now, I'm not going to keep the pin in it, because now I need to use all those different areas, and I'm going to add them all up. I found the area of each of the different sides, the top, the bottom, the front, the back, the side, the other side, and add them all up. Okay? 6 plus 4 is 10, plus 8 is 18. Carry the 1. 6 plus 4 is 10, plus 9 is 19, plus 1 is 20. So I end up with 208 centimeters square, because we are talking about area. Okay, let's look at a pyramid. Let's look at the surface area of a pyramid. And I know this drawing is not the best. You can see a better example. I'm using the same example out of the book, but I wanted to be able to draw on it here. So on page 577. But we know that the base of a pyramid is a square. So if I took this apart, and this is what we would call a net, okay, just a net, N-E-T, I know that this base of the pyramid is a square, okay? So I have a square here. And then if I took each of these sides and flipped them out, I'd have 4 triangles. Okay? So, our surface area, I'm going to call surface area S, is the area of the square plus 4 times the area of one of the triangular faces. Okay? Sloppy writing, but let's jump into it. We'll see what I mean. So we have surface area equals S squared. Okay? And what I mean by S squared is the side of the square. Okay? I know that's 6 feet. Like if you, let's use orange here actually. You see the square here? That side is 6 feet. 6 feet squared plus 4 times the area of the triangular base. Okay? Now, that's going to be 5 times 6, but it's 1/2, right? 1/2 base times height, base, and then the height is 5. Okay? 1/2, 6 times 5. All right, let's look at this. 6 times 5 is 30. 1/2 of that is 15. So I end up with 6 squared plus 4 times 15. Okay, 6 squared I know is 36. 4 times 15 I know is going to be 60. Now I'm just down to adding. 60 plus 36 gives me 96 feet squared. So that is the surface area of this particular pyramid. Okay, let's jump into a little cylinder talk. All right, we've got a cylinder, we want to find the surface area. If you think about a cylinder, if you broke it apart, if you did make the net, you'd have the top, you'd have the base, and then just almost like a roll of paper towels, you would unroll it and you would have something flat in between. Okay, so you've got your base with your 2 feet of radius, you've got your height, which would be 5 feet. Okay, I'm gonna give you a very simple formula. Yeah, it's not. I won't say it's simple. I'm not saying it's easy, but I want to give you a formula that would allow you, as I take away this drawing just for some room purposes here, that would allow you to do this. Okay, so 2 times pi times the radius times radius plus height. Okay, yeah, so when I said it was simple, maybe I was overstating that a little bit. Okay, but let's look at this. 2 times 3.14 times the radius is 2 times, and then I'm going to put in parentheses, radius plus height, 5 plus 2 would be 7. Okay, let's just work it out. 2 times 3.14, okay, and I know that's going to be 6.28, right? We're just doubling it, okay? Times 2, let's do that, 16, 4, 5, 12. So we end up with 12.56. Now we need to multiply by 7. 12.56 times 7. 7 times 6 is 42. Carry the 4. That's being difficult. There we go. 7 times 5 is 35, plus 4 is 39. Carry the 3. 7 times 2 is 14, plus 3 is 17. Carry the 1. 7 times 1 is 7, plus 1 is 8. And I already dropped the decimal, but it would be over 2 over 2. And you end up with 87.92 feet squared. That's the surface area. So one more formula to see, one more formula to work with. I know I'm giving you a lot. We're going to work on these together and maybe use some shapes to kind of break these down and check it out. All right, I'll see you in class. Can't wait.